All right, High Tide Imbibe. First one I've done in quite a while outside. First, just like separate video I've done other than in browser hangouts in my room or whatever, right? Moosehead small batch Hell's Bock, 6.2% alcohol by volume. Spring seasonal from them, from their small batch. Hell's Bock and my Bock are kind of, I guess they're kind of recognized as the same thing now. The sort of spring German lager. Essentially what you're getting is a slightly darker, still pale, but way maltier than your traditional Pilsners and the like. Much more malt forward. I don't believe there's any like added grain or like anything else like that kind of in it. It's like pretty much pure malt beer. And then of course you do have hops, but the hops character is usually very much more in the back. Not as pronounced as say like a real traditional Pilsner or something along those lines. If you do get any hops, it's usually supposed to be pretty subtle. So yeah, we're just going to get into it and see what we think. So we have it here. It's a pretty brilliant orangey amber color. It pretty much looks how it's supposed to look. So we're going to go right to the aroma. And these are usually stronger than your typical lager. Like I said, 6.2%. So it's supposed to be a, hey, we're getting out of the cold weather into the warmer weather kind of beer. So it's a little less strong than your winter warmers, your big dark German beers, and much more starting to lighten up a little bit. And so yeah, you're getting a good little grainy smell there. A lot of the malt coming forward. Not big on a caramel note, but there's a little bit of that there. It's much more of a lightly toasty kind of grain note is basically what you're getting out of it. Smells very good. Not a lot of, I'm not getting really any sort of hop character that's noticeable. So we're gonna go right to the taste. Cheers. Oh yeah, it's good. It's been a while since I've had a beer in this style, honestly. I can't think the last time I had one, and this is a good example of it, honestly. The aroma kind of translates to the taste in a way, in the sense that again, very malt forward. I'm just getting a lot of like grainy, toasty malt character in the actual flavor. Comes off very dry in the end. Not really getting your typical like Pilsner hops. Nothing spicy. Nothing like super herbal or anything like that. Very much not present in the beer really. It's all malt all the time. Kind of just a full-on malt showcase more than anything else. A little bit of grassy sweetness on the edges, but for the most part it's just that really like dry toasty malt character, and it's pretty good. Maybe could use a little bit more sweetness, maybe cut back on the dryness just a teeny bit, but I mean these are just sort of minor quibbles. I think it's pretty good. It's pretty perfect for this weather. It's 8 degrees Celsius out or something right now. Still a cool breeze going on, but like you can tell spring is actually starting to come, at least what passes for spring these days. We don't really get spring anymore. We just sort of get light winter, and winter itself is usually pretty light these days. We had what, a couple days of snow maybe. That was about it. for the most part. The rest of the time it was like a mix between rain and snow, or just no snow at all and just maybe some colder weather. But I think we only had like a handful of anything that was like approaching minus 20 degrees Celsius, which there were times in Canada where it would be common that we'd have like weather like that for weeks without wind chill. But now it's like it takes wind chill to get us there. And when it did, it was only a few days this winter. So we don't really have seasons so much anymore. It's lousy Smarch weather is what it is now. The Simpsons predicted it, kind of. But anyway, back to the beer. I'm sure you all enjoyed that weather forecast. Yeah, that's really good. It's simple, and just another interpretation of a simple, like, Euro style, Germanic style kind of thing. And Moosehead did a good job with this one. They tend to do a good job more often than not with their small batch stuff, and they've hit it out of the park here pretty much. Style-wise, I'm going to give it a nice strong 8.5. I think it's pretty goddamn decent. And my own personal preference, I'm going to throw 7.5. I might pick this up again. I have another one in the house that I will definitely drink today. I might pick this up again before it's off the shelves. So it's worth seeking out with the improving weather, where there's now nice days again where you can kind of just sit out and enjoy yourself out in the yard or whatever and look at the mess you got to clean up. Like that shit there. Yeah. What better way to soothe those encroaching wounds you're going to incur when you have to clean up all the crap in the yard in the spring thaw than to apply a little alcohol there. So yeah, 8.5 for style, 7.5 for personal preference. Would buy again. Check it out in your local NSLC, or if you live in New Brunswick, you could probably just go to Moosehead and get it there on tap, I imagine. Okay, guys, we're out of here. Bye bye.